Hello there, and welcome to my Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo Switch comparison video slash message to Nintendo slash memories of these consoles video. Before I get into it, I just want to say this video turned out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and a lot more informative too, and a lot more personal too. It turned out to be more than I was going to make it to be, and I apologize for the length of the video in advance before you go into it. But if you stick to the end, I really do appreciate it. I really am thankful for that. It means a lot to me because these consoles mean a ton to me. They really do. They really do. The GameCube was a console I had since I was a child, and ever since my life took a turn for the better as an adult, the Switch came into my life along with my love of my life, Janelle, my fiance. She got a Switch in April of when it came out, 2017, and ever since then, even before that time, my life was a lot better. They're both very special to me. They just are, and I go into a lot of reasons why, and I wish I could show you in my head, in my emotions, how and what and why I was feeling in my life with these consoles and the games they were coming out, and hearing what they're capable of and that stuff. But I can't. All I can do is tell you and show you my games, but at least I can share my stories in an emotional way. You can kind of have a feeling of what I'm talking about. So you can obviously imagine it in your own way, what I experienced. So there's that too. But with that being said, I am Daniel Andrews, Hazuki Warrior 921, and I hope you enjoyed the fun video. And again, thank you for watching. So enjoy. Hey there, everybody, how's it going? It's me, Hazuki Warrior 921 here, bringing you another video talking about two of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever, the GameCube and the Switch, and how similar they are, and what I want to talk to you about Nintendo about specifically, even if I don't think they're going to be seeing this video, because my video title to this video might be a little bit clickbaity, but you see the thumbnail, you fucking know what this is about this, them being together basically. We seriously need to talk about that. There's a lot of things I want to talk about in this video. A lot of things. So this is a very important message to Nintendo, but it's going to be a very long message because I'm not just talking about putting GameCube games on the Switch, re-releasing them as Switch games. No, I mean virtual console. That's obvious. But them getting re-released physically would be cool, but I don't know. Actually, that'd be a fun idea. But okay. Let's talk about a few things before diving into this video. So, first of all, I want to talk about the two consoles. Growing up, since I was 8 years old, well, first of all, since I was 4 years old, my very first console of all time was not the GameCube, and it obviously was not the Switch, because I'm 24 now. I was born in 1994. In 1998, my parents introduced me to this console. Hold on. This console right here. The Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis, as we know it as in North America. This was not my aunt and uncle's Genesis. This one right here is one that I bought in 2016 with its box, which was super nice. Exactly about 3 years ago around this time I got this. I swear to God, it was back in July of 2016. I swear to God, I got this at a used game store. And with these two little special games right here when I was 4 years old, I had Sonic 1, 2 in my Genesis. Love, love, love. But it also had overhead tank game called Granada and Road Rash 2. And I've told this story in another video of mine called my Sega Genesis Memories video, or I don't remember the title of it exactly, that's it or not. But I will put a card, if I remember to, right here. If they still do cards on YouTube, I don't know. But if I remember to, I'll put a card right here to where you can watch that. If I remember to, which hopefully I do remember that. Or I'll just put an annotation or a link. I don't know what the fuck YouTube has nowadays. I have no idea. Anyways, the Switch and the GameCube. This is not my GameCube I grew up with either. I did have the silver one, but I don't think this is the one I grew up with. I sold that one in 2014. Breaks my heart that I did that with all my childhood games, and it made me super sad that happened. But I bought this used GameCube in the same area where I sold my original one in either last year or 2 years ago. I think it was in 2017 when I bought this GameCube. Or maybe it was even 2016. I don't know how recently I got it. I have no idea, actually, when I got this GameCube and held on to it. I think it was after I met my fiance, my girlfriend, my current girlfriend, the woman who I love with all my heart, Janelle Duke. She's the best ever. But I think I bought this GameCube when I met Janelle. I swear to God she was in my life when I bought this. I swear to God she was. I swear to fucking God she was. I know she was. So it must have been 2017 when I bought this. It must have been, because I met her in the beginning of 2017. But I will talk about our relationship story maybe one day in another video. Maybe, because there's a lot to talk about that I cherish between me and Janelle. This is a very important console, has a very important game in here. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, very important to me. People out there, oh my god, Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, what the fuck, the GameCube version, I hate that version, I love the Dreamcast version, it's much better. The Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure is great, which I like the Dreamcast version too, but this is the version I grew up with, and it has a special place in my heart. Now, this is technically probably my favorite console of all time, but my favorite game of all time is Shenmue. Wait, well actually, hold on. Here you go. These games right here are my favorite games of all time. Shenmue 1 and 2. I own the US versions of these games too. And on PC, on Steam, I own Shenmue 1 and 2. And I also own the Xbox One version, US. I own this US, in these three. Okay, so I own these three games, US versions as well. PS4 US, Dreamcast US, and Xbox One US, and PC, obviously US, international, whatever. North American. You get what I'm saying? Alright, but there's no GameCube port of these two games, and that would have been kind of perfect. I'll get into that later if I can, if I remember to. Because, we had Dreamcast games, or we had Sega games to Dreamcast sequels on the PS2 and the Xbox original. We had Seaman 2, we had that Phantasy Star remake series on the PS2 in Japan. We had the Panzer Dragoon port in the Sega Ages series. We also had those 3D game remakes on the Sega Classics collection on the PS2. Anyways, but on the original Xbox, we had ToeJam Integral 3, Jet Set Radio Future, Sega GT 2000. There's also did I say Panzer Dragoon Orta? I don't know yet, but Panzer Dragoon Orta. Obviously, Shenmue 2 got put on the Xbox, which really, the GameCube had Dreamcast ports on it. It had, Skies of Arcadia, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Phantasy Star Online Episodes 1 and 2. So if anything, if Shenmue 1 and 2 could have got re-released again during the 6th generation, it should have been on the GameCube to fit with the other Dreamcast re-releases. That would have made perfect sense in my opinion, because the original Xbox had Dreamcast sequels on it. And Shenmue 2 should not count because Shenmue 2 was supposed to come out on the Dreamcast before it died in North America, but that didn't happen. For ToeJam Integral 3, yes, that was technically being developed for the Dreamcast 2. There's obvious proof for that, but I think it got released a whole year or two after the Dreamcast died, so I know that technically would count, but at least Shenmue 2 should have gotten a Dreamcast release in North America, if anything, or if Shenmue 1 and 2 re-release on the GameCube would have been freaking incredible in my opinion, because that would have added to this console. It would have been my favorite fucking console if that was possible, but it doesn't exist. So my favorite console of all time is technically the Sega Dreamcast, because it has so many, and this guy. They're neck and neck to me. They're both so perfectly designed, similarly but differently at the same time, because they're both my favorite Sega and Nintendo hardware, and they're both my two favorite hardwares of all time, along with the Genesis and the Switch and the Xbox 360. They're like my favorite consoles ever, and the PlayStation 3. They're like my favorite consoles ever. The backwards compatible PS3 specifically, the fat 60 gigabyte one, and the PS4, and the Sega Saturn. They're all those are my favorite consoles. Not in that order, but God, they're all so important to me. So anyways, I want to talk about the GameCube and the Switch. This is a little bit about virtual consoles coming to the Switch, but this is a more important glaring issue that I need to talk about, that I seriously need to talk about with the GameCube. One very important thing about this console that Nintendo seriously needs to know, or get through their heads, they know this, they're not doing anything about it, and it's very frustrating to me, and a lot of people out there who love this console and the games on it. These games that were on the system are not being re-released, and that is a big fucking problem, especially when it comes to the Wii U. The Wii U is dead, I know, I get it, but let's talk back in 2015, 16, 14, back when the Wii U was at its best, if you want to say that. Yeah, it was technically at its best in 2015, I think, because that's when Mario Maker came out, and when Mario 3D World came, Smash came out just before 2015 started, so yeah. Okay, fine, the Wii U was doing, technically never did good, but for me, 2015 was the Wii U's best year, because that's when I got really into it, and I supported the hell out of it when I got one. And I think Wii games came out that year too, and that's, okay, we need to seriously talk about this. One thing the Wii U, on its virtual console, its eShop, it has every Nintendo hardware, like, you know, games to like every Nintendo hardware ever, I think. There's Game Boy Advance games. I think there's original Game Boy games on there. DS games on there. No, nothing for 3DS, even though if the Wii U could run 3DS games, because the 3DS is basically, the original 3DS is basically a portable GameCube. The new Nintendo 3DS is like a portable Wii, and this is like a portable Wii U plus more, because it's a Switch. It's not just a Wii U, it's more than that. It's like a portable PS4, Xbox One, basically, you know, just built stronger than the Wii U. But, the Wii U has like, okay, it has NES games, Super Nintendo games, Nintendo 64 games, and fucking Wii games, but not GameCube games. That really pissed me off when that happened, that the Wii U was killed off and that they never bothered to re-release GameCube games on the Wii U. It's so frustrating to me because they're so similar. Okay, from the GameCube to the Wii to the Wii U to now, I feel like Nintendo never fully let go of what they were doing with the GameCube, with its design, with its ideas, with its creativity. They never fully let go of like what they were doing. Because the Wii and the Wii U both have very similar technology to the GameCube and design choices, but the Switch definitely has very similar design choices to this guy, which at first glance, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, do you? But if you know the history behind these consoles, you're kind of more of what I'm talking about. Especially if you look at this guy right here. And that's right, the GameCube has a handle. Now, why in the world would a console not meant for portability have a handle? And not only that, why would it let you play portable games? This is the Game Boy Player, it lets you play Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games. Because the GameCube was supposed to be what the Switch is back when it came out. It's just the technology wasn't 100% there yet. They couldn't do it, which makes sense because the Game Boy Advance came out and that was the highest like performing system ever. I don't think the PlayStation Portable came out quite yet. Maybe it did, but with graphics like those, I mean, come on. You know, this is the 6th generation of gaming. You know, they couldn't do it quite yet, I think. So that's exactly why they didn't do it. Alright, sorry I'm bouncing all over the place with this video. I'm really excited about what I'm talking about. So what I basically was saying is that the GameCube could not be like the Switch back in 2001, 2000, 1999. I think it's just 2000, 2001, 2002. Because portable gaming wasn't ready for that yet. You know, portable gaming wasn't nearly ready for that yet. The best advanced system for portable gaming at the time was either the PSP or, which I don't know when the PSP came out. I think it came out when the PS3? No. It came out sometime around the Game Boy Advance this time. I know it did, or the DS's. When did the PSP come out? 2003, 2004, 2002, 2005? I have no idea, but it wasn't there yet. It was definitely before, it was definitely after the GameCube came out. Definitely then. So no, it wasn't there. The idea wasn't there yet. The Game Boy Advance came out before this guy did. And the Switch though, come on, like you just, don't you see it? If you don't see it, it makes me kind of sad, but I feel very happy with these two consoles. They're both very similar in design, and this feels like a modern Nintendo GameCube to me, like, you know, because it's, you know, HD, you can stream on it, do that fun stuff. But one thing that I would love to see for the Switch is possibly a way to play media, like video on it. Like, for example, I would love to see Nintendo release like cartridges of movies for the Switch. Like, you know, like, oh, I didn't know Mario Odyssey was in here. I love this game, by the way, it's fantastic. But like, I would love that. I would love if like Nintendo basically pulled a Sony with Blu-ray and the PS3 kind of, where they were like, you know, we have our own proprietary movie playback system, stronger than Blu-ray, stronger than 4K, or it's about like, not stronger, but like, you know, it's like you basically take a movie, you put it in the Switch, and it gets downloaded to the system, but you also have to play it off the cartridge, kind of like how the games work. That would be cool to see. I was thinking that back when the Switch was announced, like maybe they could, you know, do it with like, you know, SD cards basically, like, you know, well, not literally SD cards, because this is not, you know, it would be, you know, like this cartridge, or it would be Nintendo's, Nintendo Switch, cartridge line. So I know what these are called because I know Dreamcast discs are called GD-ROMs. What the hell are these things called? HAC008s? No, just Nintendo Switch cartridges? Like, what's the official name for these things? I don't know, but there must be an official name for it. Because people just call them Nintendo Switch cartridges. But like look at the controllers, for example, for the GameCube and the Switch. Now the Wii and the Wii U Pro controller do not look like this. You know, like, you know how like the joystick and the C stick are both down here. The D-pads are both very, you know, great. I don't know, the controller buttons are like, yeah, they're not entirely similar, but one important similarity are the control stick placements, because on the Wii U Pro Controller and the Wii Classic Controller Pro, or the Classic Controller, the left stick is actually up here and the face buttons are down here. So that's something else to know, which, you know, obviously the Wii U, they copy each other, which the Wii, this is gonna be kind of embarrassing, but the Wii U Pro Controller used to be my favorite controller of all time. I'm not even kidding, back when I had one. And now I think it might be possibly either this or the Xbox One Elite controller. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the Xbox One Elite controller. It's pretty fucking great. But I also really, I love this controller. It's fucking awesome. And if you look at their proprietary disc system, which I just showed you Super Mario Odyssey over here, or they're like, not their proprietary disc system, but like their media, basically. What's it called? If you look at the Switch and the GameCube's games, I guess. Okay, yeah, just, you know, the games themselves. I'm not sure. There's an official name for them. I don't know what it entirely is. They're both tiny little, like, you know, cartridges and discs. I mean, that's a big fat similarity right there. You know, they're both very similar in that aspect. Like, you know, both of them have very tiny proprietary formats. There you go, yeah. You know, instead of like something big, like, you know, like a DVD disc, or, you know, again, or like a Blu-ray disc, it's a tiny cartridge. It's not like that, so it's small, you know, both of them, which is another neat little similarity in my opinion, which that's something I just thought of just now. Like, oh my god, they both have tiny games. Like, that's like, come on, that's like a no-brainer. Like, there's so many similarities between these two guys, you know, like, the Switch has a handle, or the GameCube has a handle, the Switch has a kickstand, you know, I don't know, the Switch is actually making portability, the GameCube's not, but whatever. They both have really cool, you know, menus. You know, I love the Nintendo GameCube's menu, and they both have little fun sound effects on both menus. The Wii and the Wii U's not as much. I love the Wah Wah Plaza on the Wii U. That's what it's called. When you blow up the Wii U and all those Mii's come running in, and you hear like little sound effects they make. It's called the Wah Wah Plaza, and I used to love it. I loved the hell out of it. And then Nintendo disconnected. I was like, no, the Wii. I don't think the Wii has anything fun about it when you boot it up. The Mii channel's great. I love the Mii channel. People love the Mii channel in general. The Mii channel was fucking awesome. Yes, it was, but I don't think like the actual menu itself was fun. But when you boot up the GameCube and you press down the Z button here, the Z button, it makes like a little squeaky sound with the cube. It's like, hey, we're ticker, and it drops, and then you hear a child, you hear a little kid laugh. If you have 4 controls plugged in, I don't own 4 wireless controls. I only own 3 GameCube controls. But if you put 4 in, and you all press the Z button down at the same time, you get like a Japanese sumo like jingle thing, and it's neat. Like, that's cool to me. And one really fucking awesome thing about the GameCube, because I mentioned this to the Switch, I don't know if I said this about the GameCube yet, but there's a DVD GameCube in Japan only called the Panasonic GameCube, and it's very unique, very cool, and very expensive looking. I really want one day, but at the same time, I think I'll hold off on it, because if I ever get one, I will make it my, you know, go-to GameCube. But I can't play US games on it, and I don't want to even think about trying to get someone to mod it, because that thing must be difficult to mod for. So I'm not great at modding at all. If anything, I'd pay someone to do it, but I feel like they'd fuck it up. So if I ever get one, I'd probably leave it like it is. But I don't have any Japanese GameCube games, so I'm shit out of luck there. Yeah, the GameCube is fucking awesome. I'm really sad and frustrated and angry that we live in a reality where the Wii U does not have GameCube games on its virtual eShop. Instead, we have everything else but GameCube, and it's shitty. I don't know why it's like that. It makes me really upsetting. Makes me really upset. And they could have released an adapter that let you play 3DS games on there with the Wii U gamepad, but they didn't do that, because it could totally have happened. But no. Oh, Nintendo, why the fuck? I know the Wii U was hard to make games for, but they could have made it awesome for what it was. They really could have made it more awesome. You know, like, they didn't have to change the Wii U's like design or like, you know, the way games were developed for it, but they could have put Minecraft on there easily with like really easy controls. They could have marketed Mario Maker and Smash Brothers even better than they did, in my opinion. And they could have made better commercials for the dark thing. It's like the Sega Saturn of like Nintendo in a way. You know, they could have done better, but they didn't. At least for North America, Sega Saturn. But because it did wonderful in Japan, which is fucking awesome. But, yeah, so, what else is I going with this? Wii U, GameCube. Plus, the Wii U could have played GameCube games physically, but Nintendo didn't do that for some reason. Okay, so I want to talk about this game really quick. Right here, I was thinking about this game. Why am I talking about Wind Waker? Well, I don't have a Wii U, but I keep talking about it. This is a very important point to what I'm going to talk about here and make. This game was re-released on the Wii U, as I'm sure most of you out there may know, as The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Now, when that was announced or teased or whatever, I was thinking they were just going to port the game digitally and give us some updates, and then finally put GameCube games on the Wii U, along with, you know, Luigi's Mansion here. I was hoping that these two games would get released, maybe with like Wave Race over here, you know, along with, which I didn't grow up with this game, but I know of it, and Mario Sunshine and stuff. I was hoping that, like, you know, 4 or 5 GameCube games would have been re-released on, along with, you know, Smash Bros. Melee 2 would have been nice. Those 5 games, Luigi's Mansion, Wind Waker, Mario Sunshine, Wave Race, and Smash Brothers. That would have been fucking cool. When Wind Waker HD came out, but that didn't happen, did it? No, instead we got the Wind Waker HD, which is a great Wii U game. Yes, it is. It's a good, you know, Zelda remake, as they all are. The remakes are pretty good. My favorite version of Twilight Princess is actually the Wii U version. It's fucking great, but I love the original GameCube version of the Wind Waker just because of its sound effects. I just like it more. Okay, that's just my preference. But no, they didn't do that, did they? No, they just re-released it physically. And I'm like, god damn it. And you know what else they could have done? They could have put GameCube games and even Dreamcast games on the 3DS, which I know I'm sounding like a crazy man here, but if you look at the original, this isn't the original 3DS, this is the new 2DS. But if you look at the original 3DS, is like faceplay here without the C-stick and the extra buttons. It's like a Dreamcast controller, so, you know, exactly like one. So it would have been cool if we got Dreamcast games re-released on the 3DS. I would have loved to see Shenmue and Sonic Adventure on there, Jet Set Radio, and possibly even Seaman, because, you know, there's that microphone in there. That would have been fucking great. But no, we didn't get that, did we? No, we didn't. And that would have been cool. I know I'm pretty crazy imaginative when it comes to gaming, but no, those things never happened. And that would have been great during the Wii U and 3DS lifespan to see Dreamcast games being released on Wii U and 3DS, and GameCube games too. That would have been fucking great, but it didn't happen. But if you look at, now, I said before, the 3DS is a portable, like, GameCube. If you look at, like, Super Mario 3D Land and Mario Sunshine side by side, they look very similar graphically, along with Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D and Wind Waker. In my opinion, they look very similar graphically. Yes, I know 3DS graphics don't look too great. They look a little bit jaggier, not as smooth, but powerhouse-wise, you can just kind of, you know, if you put quality aside, they do look alike. They honestly do. So anyways, Nintendo, please, seriously consider re-releasing GameCube games on the Switch, because it needs to happen. This console is getting so overlooked, and it's frustrating to me and to many people out there who love this console, who are passionate about it, you know, for games like Pikmin, Mario, what was it called? That one game with the giant guy. It's in Japan only. You know, Animal Crossing, which we're finally getting, you know, the new one for Switchers is great, but I would love to see the original game get re-released along with others. You know, the original Luigi's Mansion, which got our 3DS re-release, which is great, but, like, really, that's it. All we have for GameCube re-releases, to me, I think, are the Wind Waker HD and Luigi's Mansion. And I think that's it. I don't know if there's any other game I'm not acknowledging that got re-released, but, like, what about, I know about Chibi Robo, the original on the GameCube, and I would love to see that game get re-released, too. Now, I want to talk about the games for the Switch and GameCube and their similarities. And I also want to talk about GameCube games that are special to me as a child. So here I have a pile of Switch games that are like modern iterations of like Nintendo GameCube games. You know, that are very common, very similar. They're not, you know, obviously they're not the same game, but they are at least the same, like, you know, they're like from like the same series. You know, they're like sequels. These are sequels to the originals. And ladies and gentlemen, here's my dog. She's like, hello everybody! I'm trying to poop down here. Please don't be bad. I have to wrap up my video. This is like the end of it. This is what I want to do at the end of my video. So I'm wrapping it up. Sorry, so, okay. Oh, shit. So here we go. Alright, here are the original games that I want to compare them to. Yeah, and then games that are special to me. Okay, so, alright. So, first of all, we have I'm not even close to doing it in this order. Okay, so we have Breath of the Wild and the Wind Waker. Now, back when Breath of the Wild was first talked about, aka Zelda Wii U, was it, oh god, what was his name? The guy who developed Zelda, I don't know his name, it escapes right now. It's like Koshima or something. That's not his name, I know, but I forgot his fucking name. but he's very iconic in, you know, gaming and Nintendo and game development. He showcased Wind Waker HD back when he was talking about this game, so there's kind of a loose connection between these two already, because this is basically a revised iteration, new version of this, because this was like, you know, basically the closest we had to a 3D open world Zelda game, because, you know, you can sail around the ocean with different islands everywhere. At Ocarina of Time, it was more, you know, trapped to what you could do. Same thing with Twilight Princess, and it didn't feel as free as this did. But then we have this game where you can, which is basically like in Elder Scrolls game, or Skyrim, or Oblivion, you know, Morrowind, you know, or Arena, Daggerfall. I love those games, by the way, but it's like one of those games. So there's that. We also have Harvest Moon, which I know is on the PS4 as well, but, you know, this series did start on Nintendo 64 and GameCube, I believe, or was it Animal Crossing? I don't know, but, you know, we have like a modern version of that even, which is nice. You know, I don't really play these games. I'm actually recently getting into them. These are actually more my wife's thing, or my fiance's thing, but, you know, I think they're cute games. We also have, you know, the Sonic Adventure and Sonic Forces here, but, I mean, yeah, Sonic Forces is in the same realm. I know, but it's still, you know, it has callbacks. I mean, you can play Shadow in this game. You know, they're both gritty, like Sonic Adventure 2. Okay, Adventure 2 more so. You know, they're both gritty. They both have a dark storyline, plot, whatever. They both have... One thing that I really like about this game, which is an overlooked fact, but I really liked about Sonic Forces, which is what Sonic Adventure 2 Battle also did, is that the stage music has vocalized tracks in both of these games have vocalized music for some of their stages or tracks, which is cool. I love the vocal songs in both games. That made me so happy when I heard, like, you know, an actual artist in Sonic Forces and like some levels. I was like, that's fucking cool that they brought that back. And Sonic Adventure, because Chaos is in this game, you know, why the hell not? That's cool. Plus, since Classic Sonic was in it, this is supposed to be a Classic Sonic game, kind of. Very special story about Sonic Adventure. So, on most of my game cases, whenever there's a sticker like this, I remove it. But whenever there's a Blockbuster case or sticker, I decide to leave it on. Now, I'm running out of film. Oh shit, so I gotta do this fast. So for Sonic Adventure, especially this version of it, when I was a kid, I never owned this game for the GameCube. What I had instead was this. Hold on. What I had instead was this beaut right here. Yep, this is quite a beaut. A beautiful beaut. This is a gem on the GameCube to me, because it opened my eyes to many chances to play things I wanted to play. Like these 3 games plus this one, Soul Calibur 2, 4, right here. I wasn't too interested in Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, but Sonic Adventure DX, Beautiful Joe, Billy Hatch and the Giant Egg, and Soul Calibur 2, yes. Yes, I really... Oh, I didn't know this was a Gobo sticker right here. Gotta get rid of that, if I can. Stickers like this, I don't mind too much either, but... yeah, and plus, get a sneak peek at these other Hot Tales. Zero GX, this is Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. They have previews, or 2 downloadable games. Wow. Dr. Mario and WarioWare for the Game Boy Advance. If you had a link cable, which I don't know how the hell that would have worked. Star Wars Rebel Strike. Man 2004. This game my brother played the hell out of. It was 2003. And he played Lord of the Rings too, Return of the King, a lot. And he also played on the GameCube. He played and Batman Begins on the GameCube as well. He played Batman Begins, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Madden 2003. And I really saw him play those 3 games on the GameCube. I can't think of any other game he played. He had a friend who really liked Sonic Adventure 2, who he told us all about that game. But aside from that, though, yeah, Robert, my brother, he was more into the Xbox 360. And after the Xbox 360, he stopped getting into consoles. That was it. Then he was into PC gaming, and that's where he's at now. He's not like a PC nerd, though. He doesn't really play games. No one in my family, or at least my siblings, my parents, aren't into gaming as much as I am. Not nearly. I'm a big nerd for gaming. I know a lot of shit about gaming, if you couldn't tell watching this video. So, but yeah, I just remember him and I used to play on the GameCube and the Xbox 360 quite a lot. I used to watch him play a lot of games, like Oblivion, and Lord of the Rings, and Batman, and Assassin's Creed, and Fable, and I watched him play a little bit of Dishonored, like not that long ago. But anyways, yeah, for this preview disc, this is all I had to play these games. I never owned Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg or Soul Calibur 2. I rented the hell... Oh, I was watching him play this too. Or I think his neighbor had this game, actually. Our neighbor had this game. His friend, our neighbor, Thomas is his name. He had this game, I think. Somebody who we knew had this game. and we got to play it with Link, and it was awesome. And I wanted to get an official copy of this game, Soul Calibur 2, and a fucking Billy Hatcher and the motherfucking goddamn giant egg. I've always wanted this game right here. I've always wanted this game, and I never get to play past this demo, and I love this game. From what I played, it's pretty good. It's an underrated Sega classic in my opinion, and well, a lot of Sega games are underrated and classics that needs more attention, much like the GameCube, man. There's so many great games in the GameCube that need more attention in today's media. You know, so many classic Sega games and classic Nintendo GameCube games need to come back on the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Serious, I'm dead serious. Like, honestly, and PC. And maybe even mobile devices. That would have been, man, that'd be nice. Seriously. Alright, so, growing up, my dad, he drove me and my sister, and sometimes my older brother, I think. But eventually, did he ever go with us? I remember just being me and my younger sister, Brianna. Went to Blockbuster every Friday night. And I rented this game like every time we went, pretty much. Not every time, but like at least once a month, I think, I rented this game because I wanted to play through it and finish it. Because I owned Sonic Adventure DX when I grew up. I just saw it there and it looked awesome. And because it's a Sonic game, of course, I love Sonic. Like, you know who you're talking to here? I'm the biggest Sonic fan. I'm like the biggest GameCube Sonic fan ever, alright? Let me tell you. Because after we got the Genesis, as soon as we got this little device right here, oh boy, there's so much good Sonic content on the GameCube. So much. The only bad Sonic content technically is Shadow the Hedgehog. Not a big fan of that game. Sonic Heroes and Sonic Riders, if you don't like those games, fine, whatever. Some people don't, some people do. I'm not a big fan of Riders, but I also think Sonic Riders is alright. The only terrible Sonic game that I can think of that's on the GameCube, to me, is Shadow the Hedgehog. That's it. I'm not a big fan of Sonic Heroes either, but I kind of am too, and I'll get into why later. But this game is very special to me because, you know, it's ironic that this sticker's here because I just told you my story. Is that my dad, he took me to Blockbuster every weekend, and I got to rent this game every single weekend. And my brother's best friend, James, got me this game for the PC. He got me a physical PC port of this game for my birthday when I think I was 9 or 8 or 7 or 10. I don't know which year it was, but I was so happy and so thankful. And I got to play this game with mouse and keypad controls. So I didn't get much far. I only played Animal Coast, and that was it. I didn't play this game on PC for shit. I think we had a really bad computer too. I just didn't bother with it. But I was thankful he gave it to me. And after that, I went. It's kind of sad because I know. I really wanted to play Sonic Adventure. And something against James is just, I just didn't want anything to do with like the PC port. I was like, oh no, this is shitty. So I just was like, it's alright, man. Like, you know, I was like, I'll just stick to the GameCube version, which I know it's kind of mean to do, but I wanted to play the GameCube version with a controller. Like, come on, don't give me too much more time on that. But that's the truth. You know, it's something against him, obviously. Like I said, it's just, I was just like, oh man, like, I don't have a controller, and the computer wasn't running too well, so I didn't really have a choice. I couldn't really play on the computer. I was like, you know. But oh well, it was nice though. It was very nice of him to do that, and I was very happy he did. I was ecstatic. And another GameCube game that I got for my birthday that I was super happy about is this game right here. But we'll get into that game later. We'll get more to that stuff later. I don't think I'm done talking about. Yeah, I'm not done talking about this stuff. Okay, so all right, moving on to GameCube and Switch games that are similar. But yeah, I love Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure Battle, and Sonic Heroes is pretty good too. But I'll get more into that later. So, other Switch games that are just like, wait too. Okay, other Switch games are like GameCube games. Okay, all right. What else? What did I talk about yet? I talked about Harvest Moon, right? I did. What the hell's Harvest Moon at? Oh, it's right here. Okay, sorry. Okay, all right. Mario Sunshine and Mario Odyssey. Yes, obviously these two games are great. They're very similar in gameplay and in design. Mario Sunshine is a game I've realized that people are now talking more positively about than they did for a while. People used to talk shit about this game when, you know, the Galaxy games were out and when 3D World was out. People were like, oh my god, Mario Sunshine fucking sucks compared to what came out after it. But ever since this game was announced and leading up to it, I noticed that YouTubers and people everywhere was praising Sunshine. I noticed there was like a change in the atmosphere on the internet. People were like, Sunshine is a classic, and I'm like, hell yeah, it is. Because I'm kind of insecure when it comes to games I like. I'm sorry, but I just am. When there's a game I love and admire and people start shitting on it and hating on it, I'm just like, was I wrong about liking this game? is this game actually shitty? And then I go into it with that attitude, like, yeah, the game's shit, they're right. And I'm like, oh my god, this game sucks. But then when I hear people talking great about it again, I'm like, secretly, that's how I've always felt about it. And now I'm fucking sticking to that feeling, because if I like something, I like something. I don't want anyone to ruin it for me. So, yes, I love these two games. This is the only Super Mario game I have finished. I played through and actually got to the end. This is the only Super Mario game I ever beaten. I'm not even joking. I think... No, I beat the very first one on the Wii U. I did. I beat the very first one on the Wii U years ago. And that's it. And then this one. And I have not finished any other Super Mario game ever. My favorite Mario game of all time is actually Super Mario World. But now that I think about it, no, fuck that. It's this one for sure. I love Super Mario World. I do. And growing up, it was my favorite Mario game. It was. I had it on the Game Boy Advance, and I loved it. And this game too. But this game, man, oh my god. I have so many great memories of this game. You know, it came out in late 2017. I was looking forward to it. You know, I got it with my fiance, which added to it, which was, you know, made it more special. I played it with her. Well, she didn't, you know, we didn't play two-player mode, but, you know, we got to hang out together whenever I played it. And because I didn't mention this, but this Switch, what makes it more special to me is that she bought it for me. And I didn't know that she bought it for me. She bought it. I came over to her house when we were just dating, and she had Breath of the Wild, and I played the hell out of it, and I got to borrow it. And a friend of mine, who's not my friend anymore, he came over, and we played Breath of the Wild all day long, and it was a lot of fun. He's not a real nice guy, but, you know, we had a good day that day, me and him. But, like, she told me a year after we were dating, she bought this for me. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that she did that. That makes it more special to me. The Switch is super special to me because Janelle bought it for me, and I didn't fucking know that. And, you know, that makes me so happy about that, because that's beautiful to me. I didn't know. And then a whole year later, for her birthday, I got her the PS4 Pro. I got her PS4 Pro, and I'm so happy to do that, because she wanted one, and I'm happy I bought her one. So, you know, that was nice. But anyways, after I got her PS4 Pro for her birthday, a month or two later, she told me she got the Switch for me. I got her PS4 Pro before I even knew she got that for me. So it wasn't like I got her a PlayStation because she got me a Switch. It wasn't like that. I just knew she wanted one, so I got her a PS4 Pro. And yeah, I hope she's happy that I got her. I'm sure she is. She is. Who am I kidding? You know, I know she is. She uses it all the time for like everything pretty much. So I know she is. But yeah, these games are classics. I love them both. I wish I had. I don't have a Nintendo 64 or a Wii or Wii U, so I don't have. But I do have a DS. I do have Super Mario 64 DS, but I don't have Galaxy 1 or 2. I love Galaxy 1. I haven't played 2 yet because I haven't finished 1 yet. But yeah, moving on. All right, these games are fantastic. They're very similar. Okay, so I'll save these for last because these are very special to me. But let's talk about these two classics right here. Now, one really cool thing and funny, but yet kind of funny thing about these two games is, wait a minute. Oh my god, both they're... wait a minute. Look at the ESRB rating on the front. They're both on the left-hand side, and yet every other game... Oh, wait, no. I guess it doesn't matter, but that's kind of ironic. I just noticed that. I'm not sure if that matters or not to anybody, but... Okay, I thought like most games it's like on the right-hand side, but no. Okay, for every game it... Okay, it doesn't matter what side it's on. I'm sorry, I thought that mattered. But anyways, okay, so here is Smash Brothers. Yay, okay. Smash Ultimate, Smash Melee. Now, one really cool and yet funny thing about these two games is that they're both considered to be the best Super Smash Brothers game. I mean, this game is really called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I'm sorry, but you have to be a real fucking douchebag to not like this, to still think this is the Ultimate Smash Bros. Game, because it's not. It's in the name. Now, I don't care if you like this game more, that's okay. Okay, fine, whatever. You like Super Smash Bros. Mainly more, that's fine. You consider it to be the best one to you? Okay, fine. But to say that everyone else is wrong and this is the superior one, is the one that you should care about, is fucked up and shitty. Because stop being like that. I can't stand people who are like, no, there's only one good this and you should not acknowledge the other ones. I can't stand people do that. You know, if you like something, you like something. Like, for example, there's the Star Wars prequels, okay? If people like, you shouldn't acknowledge those movies exist, but I think you should, because they're part of whatever, you know, Star Wars history. But if you don't, you know, okay, well, actually, no, I don't. Whatever, that's another story for another time. Let's talk about these two games. These two games are very similar in gameplay design, in my opinion, and one thing I love about this game is that you just unlock shit no matter what. This game makes it very difficult to unlock stuff, but I don't know, they're very similar in terms of gameplay. I also really love Smash 4. I love Smash Wii U and 3DS. I did when it came out, it was like the game, okay, because I remember I got a Wii U a month or two before I went to this trade school that was out an hour from where I lived in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I had friends at the time who were no longer my friends because they turned to be real assholes, but at the time they were alright. And when I hung out with them, we played Smash 4 all the goddamn time, and that was a lot of fun. We learned a lot of stuff, and it was great looking back at it, but, you know. But yeah, the box arts are, again, they're very similar. I mean, not very similar. They're very similar in games. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this box art. I mean, this part is cool, but the little graphics on the side, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It has charm. I'm not gonna lie. The box art's kind of charming. I know it looks kind of like badly done, and the text doesn't look too great, but it looks like it is slapped together. It does look kind of shitty and cheap at first glance, but when you really like acknowledge it and look at it, it is kind of charming. I don't know. It has some charm to it, in my opinion. So there's those two games, and finally, yes, my favorite like Sonic shit ever over here, guys. The grand finale to my GameCube Switch comparisons are Sonic Mega Collection and Sonic Gems Collection, and of course this beaut right here, Sonic Mania Plus. Yes, I have the big silver like shiny paperback case it comes in with its manual, but it's upstairs with a display with my statue, so I can't get it right now. I don't want to. I want to leave it where it is. So Sonic Mania Plus has classic Sonic love all over it. It has every reference to, not every reference, but it has a lot of great references to, you know, classic media. And of course we have, you know, all classic media right here too. All classic Sonic stuff right here. Everything from 1990 to like 1991 to like 2000 pretty much, or 1999 or 1998-ish. Yeah, okay, 1991 to 1998. But yeah, I love Sonic Mania and Sonic Gems and Sonic Mega Collection, which it's kind of funny because on the PS2 and the Xbox original, there's a Sonic Mega Collection Plus and then the Sonic Mania Plus, and I'm like, I used to have Sonic Mega Collection Plus on both Xbox One and PS2, and I also used to own Sonic Mania Plus on the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, but I stole my copies because I'm a broke man, I need to make money, so I decided just to keep one. And I decided to keep the Nintendo versions, and I think it makes sense to, because I had these games on the GameCube as a kid, and as an adult, I think I should have, you know, a revised, you know, it's like a beautiful, like, connection in a way, you know what I mean? Because when I was a child, I had this. And now as an adult, if I used to have these games on PS4, I think it makes more sense if I had them on a Nintendo console, because I grew up enjoying Sonic on the Nintendo. Well, you know, originally, yes, on the Genesis, but then on the Nintendo when I became 8 to 18 pretty much, because then when I was, or 19 even, because once I got a car, and once I graduated high school, I enjoyed Sonic on other platforms. Well, you know, I also enjoyed Sonic on the Xbox 360 as well. So I originally got Sonic Mania Plus or Sonic Mania the original on the Xbox One, because I enjoyed Sonic on the Xbox 360. But, you know what, I should have gotten the Switch, the Switch back when it first came out, I really should have. I think I was going to, and then it wasn't released yet, so I bought it on the Xbox One. I'm not joking. I was like, the game's not out yet. What? So I just bought it on the Xbox One. I do have the original digital game on the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch, but I don't have Sonic Mania Plus on all the platforms. I just have the Switch version. So, there's that. Now, I had to talk about something very beautiful and magical to me that has to do with these two games right here and this game right here, Sonic Heroes. It's called Scholastic Magazine. When I was a kid in elementary school, there was a subscription magazine that we got called Scholastic Magazine, and we would get it in class like around, I think, near the end of the year. From like, God, I think the first time I ever got them was in 2nd grade. Maybe it was 1st grade. I don't know, I was pretty young, and I think it went up all the way to 5th grade. I've always wanted, you know, the video games, but obviously my parents couldn't get them for me every single year, so that's why I only see 3 games here. Now, these aren't the original games I had. I sadly sold all my stuff years ago. I rebought my collection, and I really regret doing that. That was really shitty. Like, I have done a lot of really dumb things in my lifetime. I have, and I'm sad that I have, but I have, and I really wish I didn't make bad choices, but I did, and now I'm doing my best not to do shit like that. But anyways, here we have, with my Scholastic store, I'm sorry, I definitely got these 2 games with Scholastic, and this game, I think I did too. I think I got all 3 of these games through Scholastic. Or I got this for my birthday, or I got it out and about somewhere. I don't know how I got Sonic Gems Collection, actually. I don't know, but I definitely got these 2 through Scholastic. I remember seeing them, and my mom and dad eventually got them for me, and oh my god, I was so fucking happy after I finally got to play Sonic 3. Because I never had Sonic 3. I had Sonic 1 and 2, but I never had Sonic 3. I never had Sonic and Knuckles, and I was mind blown when I found out there was a Sonic 3. I had no idea there was a Sonic 3 until I got this game. I'm like, there's a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog 3? What? And then I got even happier after I got to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like the full experience, the Sonic 3 Complete. That was awesome. And I was also happy to to discover Flicky as well. And what else is on there? And Rice Star. Oh my god, Rice Star was quite a joy. Rice Star is a classic. I love Rice Star. The Flicky and Rice Star are on this, in case if you didn't know that, and they are gems in my opinion, especially Rice Star. Oh my god, I think were they both developed by Sonic Team, or was it just Rice Star? I think Flicky, obviously they're in the Sonic games. The little blue bird. I think Yuji Naka developed Flicky. I think he did. I don't know that for sure, but I believe he did. I know he did. I'm confident he did. But I might be wrong about that, because that might be something that's made up in my mind. I don't know if I ever bothered to look that up or not, but I'm fucking sure he did. I mean, come on, Flicky is in Sonic 1, and it came out a year before, so I'm sure he helped develop it. But, yeah, wow, like, that was quite a trip back when I was only 8 or 9, and I was obsessing over Sonic 3, and then and then YouTube, YouTube came out years later. I don't know. Yeah, I just had to read up online, and I had Newgrounds, and I had Google, and I had all the websites, but I didn't have YouTube yet, because this is 2003, 2004, and YouTube came out in 2006 when Sonic 06 came out, or Sonic 06 came out, and yeah, I remember loving this game, and I remember I discovered, eventually I discovered, this is a very cherished memory for me, because my parents, I also really wanted an iPod because I want to listen to music, and they actually got me one. And I remember discovering the Overclock remix albums of Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 called Hedgehog Heaven and Project Chaos, and I loved them. I loved them to death. And I was nerding out over all the Sonic stuff and the Michael Jackson stuff with Sonic 3. And God, it just all built up, around the same time when I got these 2 games, I also discovered, at 9 years old, all the Western / North American international Sonic characters like Sally Acorn and the Freedom Fighters and the Archie comics and the cartoons, and I discovered the Sonic movie OVA, and I discovered so much great Sonic stuff once I turned 9 years old, and I never stopped ever since. I just dug deeper and deeper as years went on. Now I know pretty much almost everything about Sonic the Hedgehog, like creations and history. And I remember my dad got a Sonic DVD disc from either, I think it was Netflix, maybe it was Blockbuster Mail, I don't remember, but I thought it was a Sonic movie, but it was Sad AM. It was a collection of episodes. I was like, oh, it's not the movie, but this is still pretty good. So I watched that. I was like, this is interesting. So I got to watch like some of the first season, and so I got to watch Sally and Antoine and the others in action. I was like, this is nice. This is nice, and it was. And God, like, that's pretty awesome. I was kind of a brat because I was like, it's not the Sonic movie, but I got over it, and I was like, it's still pretty good for what it was. I feel like an asshole because I was kind of being a dick to my dad, I think, at the time. I don't remember entirely, but I don't know. I feel like a real asshole, so Dad, I'm sorry about that. But, at the same time, I was really thankful. I really was, because I got to at least watch Sad AM, so it wasn't too bad. There we go. So that's my entire Sonic story for you guys, and there's more to talk about. I'm not done yet. I'm not done talking about how cherished these games are. I know, this video is becoming like a fucking movie. Okay. I have a handful more GameCube games left to talk about that are important to me. And it's kind of funny that like how these GameCube games are important to me because of my parents, and these Switch games are important to me because of my fiance. Both, for very loving reasons, these games are special to me. Because my parents, they did love me, and they knew I loved playing on this console. I did. I love everything about this fucking console. I love the GameCube. I don't care about, everything about this console to me is unique and special. It's history, it's design, it's Panasonic DVD player, it's wireless controller. Like, this was awesome when Nintendo did this. Like, yeah, and I don't, you know what? I always remember us having the Wavebirds. I don't have any memory of us having the wired controllers. I know for a fact that, you know, we got the GameCube for Christmas brand new with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Mario Sunshine, and we didn't get Wind Waker because it wasn't out yet. It came out a few months later, and I remember coming into the basement and I saw Robert playing it. You know, he's entering his name, and that's when I first saw Wind Waker. I thought it was awesome. I think I was like 8 still. I wasn't 9 yet. I don't think I was. My birthday is in September, and I know it came out in 2003. So I'm gonna get another click. Hold on. I looked up recently when the Wind Waker came out. Like not that long ago I did. Let me see. The Legend. Yeah, the one. Here we go. Okay. Let me see. Release. It was released in 2002 in Japan, but North America, March 24th, 2003. So I was still 8 years old because in September 2003 I was turning 9 that year. So yeah, I was still 8 years old when it came out. And then when I turned 9 years old, I got this game. I know I did, the same year I did. So that's 4 games we got. So because I remember Christmas morning, I swear we had 3 games, but I don't think we did. I think we just had Super Monkey Ball. No. I think we just had Mario Sunshine and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and that was it. I don't think we had anything else. I think we just had those 2 games. Oh, and we must have had Mario Party 5 because we played that a lot as a family. My mom and my sisters and I played that game a lot. My brother and dad didn't really play it, but my sisters, my oldest sister, she's the oldest in the family, my younger sister, my mother, we all played Mario Party 5 like quite a bit, and that was a lot of fun. So, sorry, I'm rambling. I know oh my god, I have so many great memories of this console. I'm not lying. Like, the GameCube was like my fucking happy place as a kid. From ages 8 to 15 or 16 or, no. Yeah, ages 8 to like 17 maybe? I'm gonna say maybe even 18, I don't know. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so. Alright. So these little interesting games I want to talk about. Why did I bring up Wave Race here? Well, because, you know, I was talking about how it should be on the Switch, but I didn't grow up with this game. I knew about this game as an adult. But, Animal Crossing. Well, okay. So, these 2 should be at the bottom because these are games I discovered as an adult, Animal Crossing and Wave Race. These 4 I played, I played the Beautiful Joe demo. I never owned it until I was an adult. But these 4 I knew ever since I was a child till now. So, let's start off with Super Monkey Ball 2. My friend Andy Marks. Oh, I said his last name. Sorry, Andy. My friend, he's my childhood friend, so I'm just used to calling him that. I'm sorry. My friend Andy, well, again, Marks is a very common last name, so I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. But my friend Andy, he got me Super Monkey Ball 2 for my birthday when I was 9 years old, and I was so ecstatic when I got this game. I didn't know what it was, but I saw Sega's name down there. I knew who they were, and it looked awesome. I think maybe I saw this game in Scholastic Magazine. I don't know. It looked like fun. I just got so happy just by staring at this game. I didn't know anything about it, but I was fucking happy. I was like, Andy, oh my god, thank you so much for gaming this game. And this game is a ton of fun, but it's balls hard sometimes. It really is. It's really difficult at times. I never got past the third world with the sea, you know, when they're underwater. I never had. I've never beaten this game, and I really need to. I have a lot of GameCube games I never finished, and I have some I have finished. I finished Sonic Adventure 1, I finished Sonic Adventure 2, I finished this game, Lego Star Wars 2, and Lego Star Wars 1. I finished The Wind Waker. I finished, you know, Sonic Mega Collection. I don't know, I finished Sonic 3 Knuckles, so I guess that kind of counts. I have finished, the Bionicle game, which I should have brought that up. I should have brought that here. I only want to focus on first-party Nintendo games, or Nintendo games that are third-party. But I had the Bionicle, you know, movie tie-in game. Hold on, I'll go get it. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I had to get rid of those stickers. Yeah, this game, I finished this game, and I finished a story mode, or 2 or 3, in this piece of poop, but I haven't gotten the true ending in Shadow the Hedgehog yet. Oh my god, I noticed something still about this game and Sonic 06. Both their spines have Shadow on it, and Sonic 06's spine has Sonic on it. which is funny. It's not ironic. They're like the most worst Sonic games, and they came out like right next to each other. Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06, which I don't have obviously because this isn't about the Xbox 360, but they came out around the similar times, and they're both considered to be the worst like main streamlined Sonic games. Isn't that ironic? They're like my least two favorite Sonic games. My least two favorite Sonic games are Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06, and I never played Sonic Boom. Rise of Lyric on the Wii U, but I did play its demo, and I hated it. I played its demo. I played its free demo on the Wii U, and I did not like it at all. And I was like, yeah, this is terrible. And I felt like shit when I played it. I was like, this is not fun. It just felt so bad and like unfinished and barren and just poopy. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, so I guess those are the three worst Sonic games I ever played. I played Sonic 4, episodes 1 and 2, not very good. I never played Sonic 1 GBA. I never played it. Or Sonic Genesis, I think it's called. Fan-dubbed, fan-named, whatever. Sonic the Hedgehog, on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I think I have played Sonic Drift on Sonic Drift DX. That's another cool thing about the game. Sonic Drift DX just because there's those unlockable Sonic games on it, the Game Gear games, which I think is awesome. Okay, sorry. Moving on. Please, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh my god, I'm talking way too much about my GameCube memories. Jesus Christ, but I can't help it. So, Nintendo, I want to give you an idea of how much the GameCube means to me. You're like the Disney of video games, okay? Like, you make something that people are gonna either love or hate depending on generations. In my generation, growing up, we loved the GameCube when it came out. It was awesome, okay? Seriously, it's great. All right, let me just imagine here. Okay, I don't remember us owning this game, but I know we did. And I remember we rented it from Blockbuster. I think so. And my mom today, she talks about this game. She's like, oh, I remember playing this game, and I really liked it. But I have no memory of my mom playing this. Now, my mom doesn't play games now as much. She plays computer games, like strategy games. She not anything on Steam, nothing like that. She plays like basic, middle-aged white mother games. I don't know, or like, higher class woman mother games. I don't know. She plays games like Solitaire, stuff like that, and like card match games. She plays like detective games, but it's like a I Spy simulator kind of game. I'm not sure what kind of category it's called, but just look up Big Fish Games, and she got her like most of her games from there, and then you might have an idea of what I'm talking about. So, but as a kid to a preteen, she played Sega Genesis and GameCube with us. She did. She finished Sonic 2. I kind of remember that. I don't. She said she did, but I'm sure she did. I don't know if she would beat Sonic 1, but she beat Sonic 2. And I kind of remember the Death Egg final boss. I know I saw that. Maybe it's just a memory making up, but I swear to God I saw her finish it as a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. I swear to God I did. And she used to play. I also saw her play Mario Sunshine. She played that too. I think she also finished that game as well, which those are two really difficult games. So for the fact that my mom beat Mario Sunshine and Sonic 2 is pretty crazy to me, but I don't know if she did. I don't know if she ever did. I never really seen it, but I swear I also have. I don't know. But she did beat this game. She played this game, and she said she really liked it. But as for me though, this game is obviously a classic, and yes, this game needs a re-release, a big time. It really does. So do these games right here. I should have mentioned this earlier, and I forgot to completely. But these two games, these two classics right here, they need a remaster. They don't just need to be re-released. They need to be remade. I'm serious. And please don't change the voice acting. Just port the original voice clips into the remake. Please, Sega, if you can, don't get Roger and the others to do it, please. I'm just saying, I don't hate the new Sonic cast members as people because I don't really know them, but I don't like the performances. But then again, I'm kind of used to the voices now. I know they're not going anywhere anytime soon. There's nothing we can do about it, which is really shitty because Ryan Drummond was supposed to come back as Sonic, and yet they're keeping Roger Craig Smith around forever. He should have been out by now, but he's still around. So, whatever. Anyways, this game is a fucking goddamn classic to me. Besides Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, this is the game I played growing up. I didn't have the first one. I got this for my 12th birthday in 2006. A little bit before Sonic 06 came out, I rented Sonic 06 from Blockbuster when it came out a couple months after I got this game. but I played the hell out of this game, and I was very close to 100%ing it. This is like the only GameCube game I played. In fact, I played this game so much that sometimes my GameCube crashed in some stages because the disc was so beat up. In fact, Sonic 2 Battles disc got really fucking beat up and scratched up. My original disc, if I still had my original disc, I'd show you, but goddamn. This game is like a classic to me. Like, I have so many good memories of this game. I played this game up until I was probably 14 or 15 when I stopped playing this. Because I played this a lot until I moved on from this game to Fable 2 at some point. And say what you want about the Fable games, but I personally like those games a lot. I like them a lot, especially Fable 3. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I like the Fable games. I don't give a shit. I know a lot of people hate those games and want to crap on them, but I personally like them. So whatever. That's just my opinion. Beautiful Joe should definitely see some kind of modern re-release along with the sequel. I just recently got this game in my life, so I haven't had a chance to play through it yet. Now, when I say I sold all my stuff, I mean I sold all my stuff. I still have a lot of shit to replay through again. So I'm hoping to get there one day. Animal Crossing. This is a game my fiance loves. We had that special memory card that came with it. She grew up with this game. Her mother and her play this game. Her mother is unfortunately no longer with us, which is really sad, but it's true. I never got to know her mom, and I keep hearing about her, and I really wish I did, because my life would be a lot more happier if I grew up with my fiance. If I grew up knowing her and her family, I can guarantee you my life wouldn't have changed as badly as it did. I guarantee you that, for sure. For sure, I just know that in my heart, that if I grew up knowing them, how I mentioned earlier in my video, I made some stupid choices. Those stupid choices would have less likely happened to me if I just knew Janelle and her family growing up. But she's loved my life, I swear to God she is, and she feels like somebody who I should have always known. So, yeah, Animal Crossing, it's a classic. I can't wait to play more of this. You know, it's really good, it really is. And that's about it. I don't really know what to say about Rave Race. I just got this game, I don't know, about like a month ago I got this game. I got this game this summer, and it's pretty good so far, but it's obviously like more of like a party game. It's a game you gotta play. It's a multiplayer game. It has no campaign mode. You gotta play with people. It does have a single player mode, but it's not, you know, story mode. But it's good. It's really good so far for what it is. I really, really like it. So Wave Race, Blue Storm, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Great. Okay, well, that's it for my Nintendo Switch and GameCube comparison video. The Switch is like, you know, an upgraded version of the GameCube in a way, because they're not the same console, I know, but it's what the GameCube should have been. Because I'm not saying literally speaking, the GameCube should not literally be the portable console that the Switch is. No. I'm talking about in terms of success. I wish the GameCube was as successful as the Switch is. Because another similarity between the Switch and the GameCube is this. I'm not talking about literally the Joy-Cons. I'm talking about the colors, the color schemes. There's so many different colors of the controllers coming out. What does that remind you of a little bit? Now that I mention it, it reminds me personally of this. It reminds me how the GameCube came in different colors. These are the only two we have. This is actually my fiance's sister's GameCube. She found it in her storage and she decided to give it to us. Just the GameCube, no cords. But we also got another Game Boy player, which I'm keeping that. Sorry people, you can't have it. I'm gonna keep my two Game Boy players. I'm keeping it like how it is. And Janelle really wants a purple GameCube, and I want to get one day with its box, so hopefully that happens. But one cool thing about the Switch is that every single console Wii game, except for maybe some Wii U games, but they're already on there, can be on the Switch because of the Joy-Cons. Yes, even Wii games. Wii games especially. These have, like, you know, gyro controls in them. Wii games could totally be on here, you know. You got your Wiimote and your nunchuck right here. What more could you want? It's like, well, okay, how would the A button work with the D-pad? You got your two buttons up here, so in the minus button. Okay, so because the Wii remote, some games required. Okay, because I remember I don't have a Wii remote, but I know it has that back B button. You have a back B button right here, but it doesn't have like an A button, but you can use this for the A button, the left trigger. So that fixes that. Or you could just use the actual A button for it, because this controller on the original Wii is just a nunchuck with a C button. Now you have an actual camera, so yeah, Nintendo, you could like change some stuff around with the Joy-Cons, obviously, for like Wii games. If you just please, for the love of God, give the Switch virtual console support. God damn it. GameCube games need to be re-released. This is getting fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, but everything, even the Nintendo 64 had its chance for a re-release on the Wii and the Wii U and the 3DS, but not the GameCube. The GameCube is a console that's been singled out by Nintendo themselves for too long. It's time it comes back. Please. This console means a lot to me. I need to see GameCube games re-released officially. I know there's emulators. I get it. But, like, I don't care. Like, I would prefer if Nintendo acknowledged their existence and actually release them on Nintendo hardware. Yes, I could easily use emulators. Anyone can. But, no. Actually, some people can't. Okay, not everyone's tech savvy. You know, people just love playing Switch games or Nintendo games. And yes, maybe you're someone, maybe people out there like me, they just keep their old stuff and play them. But some people out there, their old GameCube shit doesn't work, and they don't have the time to buy a new one, or they probably don't have no idea how much a new GameCube would cost, or they probably don't trust buying a used one for cheap. I don't know. Okay, everyone has something going on. But for people out there who just have a Switch, who have fond memories of these consoles and the others before it, think about those guys. You know, they're going to want to replay these games. And, you know, yes, it sucks that they have to rebuy them in a way, but it makes sense because it's been years and that's what companies do. Whatever, you know, unless if Nintendo release a really awesome disc adapter for the Switch that lets you play GameCube and Wii games. You can't play Wii U games on the Switch because, you know, no gamepad. I mean, what we can do about that? I don't know. Unless if they released a gamepad for the Switch, but I don't think they're going to do all that. No. But if that did happen, then we could also get DS games, 3DS games, and new 3DS games on Switch. You could put everything on the Switch, Nintendo, everything before it. In fact, I was hoping that's what we could do with the Wii U. If you modded the Wii U, you could. I don't know if you can put 3DS games on the Wii U if it's modded, but or hacked. I should say hacked. Yeah, hacked, modded, same thing, pretty much. Because I used to have a modded Wii U, and I loved it, and I could play GameCube games on it, and it was great. And yeah, it was awesome. But you know what, guys, that's it. That's my video on the Switch and the GameCube and how much I love them to death. And on a little bit on the 2DS, I talked about for a second in my video, how it's a great little device. You know, how it's basically a portable GameCube/Wii. But yeah, you know what, guys? Let me know what you think below in the comments. These are not the only Nintendo hardware I own. I also own 2 Game Boy Advances, a pink and a purple one. One's mine, one's my fiance's. A white Nintendo DS Lite, and an NES and a Super Nintendo for Nintendo hardware, and that's it. I don't think I own anything else. I don't own a Wii U anymore or a Switch, or I have a Switch. I'm never getting rid of my Switch, ever, because, well, you guys already know why. You know, because my fiance. Why the hell would I ever do that? This is the console for us. Like, seriously. So it's the PS4 Pro. I love the PS4 Pro. But yeah, you know what? Guys, let me know what you thought of my little video down below. I know it wasn't necessarily a history video. It was more of it kind of got turned into a personal video because, of course, I mean, this is a very personal console for me. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like not acknowledge it. No, fuck no. The GameCube means a lot to me, and I would love to see something come out of it good for now. You know, like some kind of re-release. And also Nintendo. Something else I gotta mention, really briefly. Hold on. Alright, I might as well just slip this in at the end of the video, which is kind of poopy, but everybody has bugged Nintendo to death about this, but I'm not gonna give them a break because they need to do this. Guys, I'm sorry, but please re-release these games. Oh God, please. Look, I'm lucky enough to be able to play old stuff, you know, in fresh condition. I am. But not everybody out there is gonna be a super nerd and want to get everything Nintendo ever made, okay? So if seeing an actual Mother 1, 2, and 3 re-release on the Switch, or even remake, would be awesome. Now, a remake doesn't need to happen, no, but I would love to see Earthbound Beginnings, and Mother 3, or Earthbound Aftermath, whatever the fuck they're gonna call it in North America. Which I think it should be called Earthbound Aftermath because it is the finale. It is the end of the series. Is that, or whatever name they want to do, is that for 3D gaming for these 3 games on the Switch, I would love to see the graphics look like they're from like a stop motion film. Like the characters look like they're made out of like they're like you know, like models basically, you know, with like velvet skin, or not velvet skin, but like fabric skin and like fabric clothing, or like they're made out of clay, or they're kind of made out of clay. You know, like Yoshi's Woolly World, was it? Or no, Kirby's that one Kirby game that's like clay. I don't know what it's called, but you guys know the one I'm talking about. It's not Wii U. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, like kind of like that, but like in the 3D realm. That would be great. Or it kind of looked like, you know, like a stop motion movie in 3D. Now, why do I want that specifically? Because of the original character models that were designed with that kind of like material in the original like manual and strategy guides, which I have. Oh, you can just tell right there in the back of the box. Kind of like that, yeah, but like in 3D. If that kind of technology is possible, I would fucking love to see that. For these games, hell yes, they deserve that kind of treatment. They do. To me, this is the best Nintendo series ever made, and I've only finished this one. I played these two games, I haven't finished them yet, but from what I have played, I adore them. I adore all three of these games, I really, really do. I'm gonna beat this game for sure before I beat Mother 3 though, because I want to. And, yeah, seriously. Okay guys, that's seriously it for my video. I'm sorry. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I know I talked a bunch of nonsense, but I also had some good points. I hope you guys agree with that. Let me know what you think about what Nintendo's doing. Let me know what you think about, obviously, you know, like, GameCube games being released. Hopefully, Wii games and Wii U games more so get released on the Switch. I don't care if they're digital or physical. What would be cool to see physically is if Nintendo re-released. Okay, let's say Nintendo did this. I just saw this just now. You know, there's the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic, right? What if they re-released those games on like a Switch compilation? You know, that would be awesome. Not like one game. I mean like separate games. So you know, it would be called the NES Classic compilation for the Switch. So we have every single game made for the NES Classic on one cartridge. You know, for like its own thing, its own game, the Switch. And then we have the Super Nintendo one, and then we have a Nintendo 64 one, and then we have no. We have the game. Then they'll do Game Boy after Super Nintendo. Excuse me. And then we'll have Nintendo 64, and then we'll have Game Boy Advance, and then eventually GameCube, and then. That'd be great, Nintendo. Please do something like that. Or when we get to GameCube, they like kind of release them separately as like their own games. I know Nintendo's focusing on developing new games. They can't do that. That's like impossible because, you know, they're like that'd be a lot of work for them. I'm asking for them to do a lot. I know. I'm very ambitious for this idea. I am, but damn, that'd be awesome if they could do that. But I understand that'd be too much fucking work to re-release every single GameCube game separately. But maybe it's more possible than I think it is. Maybe it's more easy to do. I don't know. You know, because really you're just porting the game onto a cartridge. So I don't know. Or easy peasy, just make a fucking eShop, or not eShop, virtual console on the Switch, and there you go. You're all set. Okay, I'm all done talking. Jesus Christ. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, day, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Have a good life. Have a good whatever it's fine for you, and long live Nintendo, and long live the Switch, and long live the GameCube, or whenever it will have a return. Now, I'm not just talking about Luigi's Mansion on 3DS and Wind Waker on the Wii U, I mean like an actual return. Okay, we even got to see the Wii return on the Wii U, like goddamn, like these digital releases. So, Nintendo, guys, seriously, come on, stop fucking around. Please re-release GameCube games. I can't make it more serious enough. Alright, have a good one, and take care. Bye-bye.